And welcome back. It's your host, Seda. You know, experiments sometimes go really good, a complete disaster. Lord knows I've done many of those. And sometimes they just go really, really good. Case in point, the IDF modification, removing the Achilles heel of the Weber IDF. Separating those circuits, best mod I've ever done. Oh my god, they dropped like the equivalent of cadrons. Just like cadrons, because I've had pair of cadrons, and man, those things were lovely to drive. They were really good daily drivers. IDFs, not so much. They were okay. They were okay. Okay, they were okay. Period. But now they're great carburetors to drive. Now that I did that mod, do the mod. I highly recommend it. Anyways, if you fuck up, by the way, if you fuck up, it ain't my fault. It's your fault because you fucked it up. You didn't pay attention. Yeah, that was my disclaimer. We're gonna fine tune the zero. The zero. I have a feeling that the zero is not gonna perform like a zero. I have a feeling. It's because it has a lot of slop when I go tick it, tick it, tick it, tick. I go, it's gonna take a while. You're gonna have a lot of squirt delay, but let's find out. That's what we're doing. We're finding out if we need to modify the zero. I'm actually gonna modify it a little bit. Push the keeper in a little bit, and let's see what it does. Okay, so I think it's the end of this experiment. My electric pump is running, so you can hear it. I just look. You can hear, right? Right. So what I'm doing is I'm using a brake bleeder thing to suck all the fuel from. Let me see if I can get some light. From the main and the air corrector and the emulsion tube stack. It goes right there. Motherfucker, did I tell you to do that? Fuck no. Now I locked it. So I'm sucking the fuel from those holes where the stack of jets go, basically. So I'm just grabbing it and then just using my mouth to suck it. Shut up. Okay, here goes. Okay, I'm done with that one. I'm gonna go to the other one. All the way down. Okay, here goes. Okay, hold on with that one. Okay, now let's see if I can get this off. I'm just gonna drop it because I don't have three hands. Okay, let's see what we got. Damn! Holy motherfucker! Look at that! That would have gone into the main. That's actually the all four cylinders that I checked. All four stacks. So I don't know where exactly they all came from, but yeah. So that would have gone into my idle. Okay, this was driving without air filters, okay? Driving without air filters. Look at what happened. Okay. So I just wanted to see what would happen. I mean, what exactly. Oh. Yeah, these carburetors are not daily drivers unless you modify them like I did. Because I haven't had any plugins occur, even though it had that junk in the circuit, but only the main circuit. The main circuit doesn't really get plugged. It's the idle one that gets plugged. Anyway, so, all right, so I'm gonna call this a success. So you've seen me use that thing to clean the circuits on the idles. I just decided to do a complete cleaning. And basically, I went through the where the main and the emulsion tube and the air corrector went, and you saw how much shit I got out of that bowl, right? Okay, so I decided to go, you know what? It's not a real, well, yeah, test, I guess, until you check the idles also. So I went ahead and checked the idles, and there ain't nothing in there. Clean as a whistle. Those are the ones we modified so that the fuel hole is actually about 10 millimeters above the bottom of the bowl. I'm gonna call this a win. I win again. So I wouldn't be much of a tester or experimenter if I didn't put my zeros on my bug. I currently have the tops open. See, I got my tops right here. I was just inspecting all the drilling plugs that I had to install. See, there, over there, you know, same thing over here, and I did make a huge hole right there. Okay, that's irrelevant, no longer in service. No more experiments with that. So we reverted them back to stock. So basically, okay, that's how I do my experiment. So these are the zeros. So we're gonna go ahead and what do you call it? Basically push them down a little bit, because I don't like the fact that, okay, the difference between the keeper is only this. I mean, it's like 30, right? And this one has a longer keeper, which is 532. The difference is only about 0.28 millimeters. So I found that in the other ones that I just pushed it down, 28 didn't do much. Okay, you still had a huge flat spot at the, you know, when you're starting out and, you know, you come to a stop and you give it gas and it's just a huge flat spot with 25. So you add, let's see, if I lower these, because I'm running 90, point 90. On the other ones, the distance that I push from flush down, it's 0.90, almost a millimeter. And I found that actually works a lot better. You hardly ever get a hesitation at the beginning. Like, you don't have to go with your carburetor like boom, 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 boom when you're trying to make a turn. You know, you don't have to do that with that 0.90. So these, I think I'm going to get a hesitation, and I really don't want to open up the carburetors to adjust this. So I'm actually going to lower this to push it down another. I was thinking 50, but because the bore is a little bit smaller, as you know, bore, you see, 50. I probably don't have to go 50 to equal the amount of 90, you know, that I'm running on the other 55s. These are zeros. Okay, the 55s. So I'm thinking I'm going to drop it down to about 75. No, I'm sorry. A total of 75. So that would be, the difference is 28. Yeah, let's just call it 30. 30 down. So I need to get to 75. So that would be what, 45? Yeah, 45. So I'm going to lower it 45 millimeters, and call it a day. Okay, so I'm just using my drill press as a press. That might be too much. Let me check where we're at. I'd settled at 42 on the depth of the thing right here. Yeah, so 42, that's pretty close to 75. You can see the difference, right? I mean, you can really see the difference on that one. These that I lowered the key a little bit down, and that one that has it 0.90. Okay, 0.42. 0.42. Remember, the keeper is actually longer. It's 28 millimeters longer. So, okay. So we're just gonna go ahead and install it. But I just wanted to show you the difference on the depth. See, you can see it. They're no longer flush. The zeros are no longer flush. Okay. We pressed them down. All right, I'm gonna put this back on. So we're gonna start our car with the zeros. I'm very apprehensive on this. I have a feeling that the setting that I set them at, which is 42.42 millimeters deep on the key, I think that's not enough. Going on the freeway. There is no bucking, no nothing. It's smooth. It's almost like if it was fuel injected. Throttle response is excellent. I just want to see where I run when I'm cruising. See if my AFR is still 14 or lower. Okay, 1420, 1440. At 70. Let's go 75 and 80. See what it really does. Okay. gonna have to, might have to retune. Because I changed my air corrector, dropped it down from 185 to 180. Still 1420. Okay, I'm doing 75. I'm at 1450. I think I'm probably gonna leave it there. Okay. Okay, I just gave it gas right now because I'm going on a little uphill, and there was a 10% hesitation there, and I saw my wideband go to like 15, almost 16 on the wideband AFR. So that means that the squirt is taking a little while to get there. So I'm probably gonna push it down maybe 0.60. Yeah, do a 0.60. Next time I take my carburetors apart, I don't think I'm gonna take them apart for a while. I just don't feel like it. Like, I think I can live with that slight hesitation. I mean, let me give it gas and see if it does it again. Yeah, it went to 16, and there was a slight misfire on the exhaust. Damn those zeros. I'm dialing into zeros, okay, because even a zero is not good enough to remove hesitations. It helps. Yeah, I give it gas and it goes to 16 and a half. Yeah. Damn it. I'm going to take them apart. No, I can't live like this. Can't live like this. So we're taking them apart. I'll do a time lapse on this. So basically, the bowl is perfectly clean. So we're gonna go ahead and take off the zero. We're gonna fix it. Okay, I know it moved. It may seem like there wasn't any movement, but there was. We're going with 64. Good enough for Govmark. Remember, we have 28 more, so it's almost 100 total. You know what? At the very last second, just before I was going to put them on, I said, fuck this. I don't want to do this again. So I went ahead and put them down to 90. Just like my old 55s. I pushed the keeper down to 90. The zero, I pushed it down to 90. Fuck it. And it still has the little noise. I don't know if you could hear that. Anyways. I put them in my mouth and they still suck pretty good, like fuel, and then it plugs up almost immediately, and that's what I want. I want to experiment with that. I'll let you know if this 90 was way too much. I suspect that you probably get a good effect around 70 instead of 90. I did 90, fuck it, 0.90 millimeters deep on the key. All right, the zeros are now 90. Okay, now for those of you who don't know what I'm talking when I say we modified this thing, we basically are getting fuel from there, from those holes on the sidewall, and that one. Oh dear God, that looks like shit. Yeah, that hole right there for the idles, okay? The idles are basically right here, you know, right there, okay? And they come up to where this drilling is blocked. And basically, before we were getting the fuel from right below the stack, okay? Which is a bad idea, because you get all the dirt. So, but the whole thing is, in case, you know, this is for the people that maybe haven't seen the previous videos and they don't know what the fuck is going on. So we modify the IDF so they never plug up from the idle. Now, that doesn't mean that you're never gonna plug up. You can still plug up. But it's very, very... I've had this happen where this little orifice right here, that little orifice will let a little particle go in there, and it'll plug up the jet on the inside, not on the outside over here. Okay, it'll plug up right there. But I've had these for 3 years now. I've had them for 3 years, and you know what? How many times it's plugged up from there? Once in 3 years. And you know what it was? It was a little square flakes from here, from this area right here. It broke off and somehow it landed there and I got screwed. Anyways, but that was easy to remove. I mean, when I just took it off, it came out with the jet. The other ones, 100% of the time, the plugging is never on the jet. It's in the circuit. In the circuit. And those were happening every 3 to 4 months on average for 3 years. It just every 3 months it would happen. 3 months. Then I'd have to do a whole cleaning, everything. You can minimize this with really good air filters. If you get some K&Ns, I think K&N makes it for this. If you get K&Ns, you'd probably be okay. Problem is, still, the day you start working on the jetting or whatever, now you're running the risk of introducing particles that are going to go inside and plug up your thing. I mean, there's also a kit that you can put on this thing right here. It's like a tube. It's an ugly ass tube. It looks like shit. You can put it up kind of higher so that the dirt doesn't go in, because it'll be kind of high. And yeah, you can do it that way. That looks ugly. This, what I did, actually does prevent the problem. But other than that, the other plugging for that little thing, for the idles on the top, which would be this, guys. This, it goes in to this side and basically through there. It's ripped right there. It doesn't really matter. And then it goes in through that hole, which matches the carburetor, and then it plugs up. But like I said, only had it once in 3 years. That's happened to me. All the other times, you know, like once every 3 months to 4 months, it was always the idles, and the circuit was always plugged. And I had to clean the circuit. If you don't clean the circuit, it ain't gonna happen. You're not gonna get them running right. I'm gonna show you a little trick to put these on. Okay, you just put a, you know, in a vacuum hose, and then you can put them on there, because if you try using pliers and everything, it'll just fall over. Now the little aluminum seal washer is already on there, so I'm just gonna go thunk and then spin this, and it should, you know, screw in. Okay, I got it in, so you know, like, see, it's loose. I haven't tightened it yet, but it's in there. You just pull it away, grab your screwdriver, and tighten it up. See, it's still loose. Tighten it up. Okay, she's good tight. Just like magic, the carburetors are back together. It's ready to go for another drive. Response is excellent. No pops. Let's go. Oh yeah. Dear God, it's just like... I hear a squeak. Nothing to do with the carburetors. Oh my God, that's silky smooth right there. That transition from third gear to second, making the turn. Perfect. Okay, the squeak is coming from the front. I thought it was probably my axle nut loosening up. And because they usually squeak. Woo. All right. Seems a little better. Yeah, it's better. Like instead of going into like 16 and a half, 17, now it's going into like 15 and a half to 16. Oh my God, you're a horrible shifter into third all the time, man. Okay, AFR dropped down to 1280, 1285 actually. That's because I went really high. I was about to hit the rev limiter. Okay, we are exactly at 1450, doing 75. Now on the freeway, what I'm doing is I'm doing 75, but then I give it a little gas to see if I get that little hesitation where the wideband just goes. Okay, hold on. Right there. Wideband is at 1420. I'm gonna give it a little gas, see what it does. It dropped down to 13. No hesitation. I'm gonna do it again. 1450. I'm gonna give it some gas. 13. Okay, so that little hesitation is gone. 90. 0.90 on the zeros. Same thing as the 55s. Go figure. Let me do it again. Oh yeah. It actually went to almost 15 and it right away went down to 13. It did this. Versus it did this. Fixed. God, I'm a badass. If I don't tell myself that, nobody's gonna tell me I'm a badass, okay? I gotta reinforce my ego. I don't have an ego. Sometimes I have to grab my ego and grab it and go, motherfucker, shut the fuck up. I did a stab right there to see if it go, you know what I mean, fall flat on his face. Ew! It is actually perfect. No hesitations now. I'm gonna take the turn. I'm going back on the freeway. I'm taking the turn kind of hard. Okay, no hesitations. 1450, wide open now. Let's drop in. 1290. 1298. 13. On the AFR. Perfect. So that's how I dial in my carburetors. Wideband, get one. AEM, I can't emphasize it how important it is. Don't do this by gut feeling. Don't even go there, okay? Don't go there. Get the wideband. And yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much it. This thing is dialed in. Perfect. With the zeros. Now you know what to do to your zeros, because they're not zeros, they're... Okay, the originals come with the 55, right? I would call those... 40s. Okay. But simple fact that they put a 0 on that, I'd have to recalibrate everything. Okay. A 40 is actually a 54. Okay. Or a 50. So a 0 to me is actually like 35. To me, in my math, in my head, it's a 35. From a 55 to a 35, I know they make 35s, okay? But the original 35s that they make, those are probably more like 48s. Okay? There's not much difference. The 0 still has a lot of delay built into it. I mean, a lot of delay. I pushed it into 0.90, and I mean, I still have the clickety-clack going on. I put them on, it's a good suction and everything, so there's no fuel starvation there. And I went down to 90 on the 0. 90! And I have excellent throttle response. Even on the cruise, you just give it more gas like that, you got excellent response. You don't have a nasty delay or a little like the way I had them at 40. There was a slight hesitation. I hope you like my sound effects. But it wasn't bad though. But it does bother me. Shit like that bothers me because I'm a perfectionist in certain things. In certain things, I don't give a shit. It's just the way I am. That's how God made me, okay? Alright, I am done. Adios muchachos, adios muchachos. Adios muchachos.